What's up, you guys? It's Graham here. So I'm finishing up an open house right now, and I thought, what better time than right now to make a video about how to hold an open house. So I'm going to be sharing my tips, my tricks, and some of the things that I do that work really well for me to ensure a really successful open house. And that includes either picking up buyers from the open house, selling the house that you're sitting, or meeting some really cool people from it. So let's get to it. So you hold an open house for two reasons. The first reason is to give the listing that you're sitting exposure. It's to allow people who are out on a weekend to casually come by and check it out without the pressure of calling someone or setting up an appointment. But the second reason is to use it as an opportunity to meet as many people as you can, and that includes meeting future prospects, to meet buyers, to meet neighbors, to meet sellers, and that's where the real magic happens. So I'm going to be focusing on the latter of the two, which is how to pick up business and get clients and get future sales from holding an open house. Doing an open house, by the way, is probably one of the best uses of your time as an agent, whether you're first starting out or whether you're 10 or 20 years in the business. It doesn't fucking matter. Holding an open house is super important, and there shouldn't be any reason whatsoever why you're not holding an open house every single Sunday if you can. Even for me, by the way, the first sale I ever had in real estate was from an open house. I ended up meeting an amazing buyer there. We talked for a while, and then I ended up finding him something else a few months later for $3.6 million. That's the importance of holding an open house consistently and trying to meet as many people as you can. So the first step, which is the most crucial of all of this, is putting up as many real estate open house signs as you can. Now, I see so many agents just fucking lazy about it, and what they do, they just put one open house sign in front of the house and call it a day. That is a really lazy approach. For me, I like to put between 7 and 12 open house signs for every single open house I do. There is no reason why you shouldn't put as many signs as you can in busy street corners advertising your name and your open house. And honestly, from my experience, I've been able to triple or quadruple the amount of people that come into my open houses just by putting more signs. This is so important, you guys. Put as many signs as you can. Again, there's no reason why you should be lazy and why you should put one open house sign. Put 10. Put 15. Just go fucking balls to the wall, putting signs everywhere. So besides the open house signs, it's so important to have your marketing materials. And don't be like every other agent where you just print on like flimsy pieces of paper. You want to print in really high quality. But you know what? I'm going to show you what I do. I'll be right back. To give you an idea, we use really high quality paper. It's not that bullshit black and white regular printer paper that everyone seems to use and you throw it out. This is really thick paper. I'm not sure if you can see, but it's really thick paper. Always print in color, you guys. Every single time, always print in color. There's no reason not to print in color. First of all, if you're printing in black and white, you should just quit right now. There's no reason to print anything in black and white. Next, you should always print in color. You should always print with really high quality materials. People are less likely to throw out this paper than they are a flimsy little black and white piece of, crap that they're gonna probably end up, getting and keeping in their car for like a day or two and then just crumpling it up and tossing it out. Quality paper, color paper, marketing materials. You really wanna go all out with this, you guys. I mean, this is the first point of contact for a lot of people. This is the first impression that they're gonna get about the marketing that you do. So, print good paper. It's really simple. It's really simple stuff. Now, the next thing you should do is just make sure you have all the lights turned on. I feel like I shouldn't even have to say this. But I do. You know why I have to say this? Because so many people just don't do it. I swear, it's one of my biggest pet peeves. Anytime I go to an open house, and like half the lights are turned off and they're sitting on the couch on their phone. I'm like, bro, what are you doing? Like half the lights are turned off and you're on your phone. You didn't even notice me coming in the open house. Don't be that dude. You just make that little bit of extra effort. Just please, for me, you guys, do this for me. Like, don't even do it for the clients. Do it because Graham Stephan would be very approving and will be very proud of you if you turn on all the lights. So do it for Graham. Do all of this for Graham, by the way. Don't do it for just do it for me, please. Thank you. Another cool thing that you can do, I don't do it some of the time, but some of the time I do, is play music at an open house. If you have one of those like Beats by Dre Hills or whatever it's called, if you want to play some cool, relaxing music in the background, I recommend it. I think it just adds a cool vibe to the open house. You don't have to. It's not required. It's something I do some of the time, but honestly, I think it might actually kind of help. Same with candles. If you want to light candles or cool like scented items throughout the house, I think it just adds a bit of warmth and personality to it. So if you want to do that, go ahead and do it. It's not required. I've done plenty of successful open houses without candles and music and all that jazz. Now, I also recommend, if you can, to have water bottles and little snacks and food for people to munch on. Again, this is not required. You don't have to do this, but generally if you want to impress people, you have to offer them something. I recommend just a tray of cookies, some water bottles, maybe some sodas, some little finger food snacks. Like spend like $15 or $20 on an open house and you will definitely reap the rewards. And chances are too, if they see some food, they're more likely to hang around maybe a little bit longer. It also gives you a better opportunity to talk with them a little bit more because they're stationary, they're sitting there, they're eating. And in worst case, if nobody eats all the food, here's the best news of all, is you have food to take home. One other point, by the way, you should know everything else that's also open at the same time as you. So go on the MLS, go on Realtor.com, go on whatever you use to see the other open houses, and just check everything else in the same price range, similar square footage, similar bedrooms in your area. Chances are the people that are seeing yours are going to be seeing the other listings as well. It's really important you know about these properties, you know how much they are, you know a little bit about them. I mean, you don't have to visit them in person, but at least click through the pictures and just see what they're kind of like. That way if somebody asks you, hey, I saw this home down the street, what do you think of it? You don't just stand there and be like, what open house down the street? I wasn't aware of an open house down the street. So now that we have all of that out of the way, we got the signs taken care of, the marketing materials, food, the snacks, the music, turning on all the lights, we got all that covered. So now I'm gonna be discussing some ways that I use that are the most effective for actually meeting these clients and converting them into leads. So there's a chance you're not already aware of this, but everyone that comes in your open house is interested in real estate. These are the most qualified leads that you can get coming to you. Everyone is at your open house for a reason. They're either interested in checking out a cool home, they live in the area, they saw it online, they saw one of your signs, but in some form or another, they have some sort of interest in real estate and specifically the property that you're at right now. So use this to your advantage. Also, you want to make sure you treat everybody as an equal opportunity to do business. You don't want to disregard someone who says, oh, I'm just a neighbor checking out the property, or oh, I just saw a sign, I wanted to come in. Even though that may be true, these are still opportunities for you to put yourself in front of somebody and make a great connection. Whether they're gonna be buying something or not, you're not using an open house just to try to get sales and just to try to get money. I mean, this is more about the long-term picture of building relationships, building up your contacts, and meeting some great people. So the first thing you can do is make a good impression on them. Smile. Don't look like an angry ghoul when they walk in. You're just pissed off to be there. Smile. It makes such a huge difference. You really want to use this as an opportunity to showcase your personality. And as corny as that sounds, that's what's really going to build the connection. It's not necessarily about, hey, I had X amount of sales last year and I do X amount of business and I sell all these homes in the area. It's about building a personal connection with them outside of real estate. And most people that come in my open houses, by the way, have a wall up. They do not want to be talked to, they do not want to be sold something, and they do not want to be bothered. They come in my open house, and they're friendly and they're pleasant, and I'm friendly and I'm pleasant, but they really don't want to talk to me. They just want to take a look at the house and do their thing and leave. So if I walk up to them and I say, hey, my name's Graham, what is it that you're looking for? What's your price range? What do you think of this home? It's just gonna further heighten that wall of theirs that they've built up. The only way to break through to that wall and to have them really trust you is to build a connection outside of real estate. For instance, for me, I'm really big into watches and I'm really big into cars. So if I see someone pull up, by the way, a really cool, pimped out Porsche Turbo S, I'll mention that. I'll say, hey, by the way, I like your car. What year is that? Oh, that's fucking awesome, man. I have a Lotus Exige. Have you ever taken that to the Malibu Canyons before? Have you ever tracked it? What made you buy a Porsche? It's crazy how much the prices have gone up on the older Porsche Turbos. It's insane. By then, usually they're talking for 20 or 30 minutes straight about their Porsche Turbo, why they bought a Porsche, how into cars they are, and I'm doing the same thing. I mean, it's just fun. It's an opportunity to meet someone else who shares a similar interest as you. It doesn't always need to be something superficial, by the way, like a watch or a car. You can ask something along the lines of, oh, where are you from? Oh, that's so cool. I have family up there too. Or, oh, I know that area. That is such a cool area. I've been there XYZ. Just use anything you can to build a personal connection. Do not, I repeat, do not try to sell them something from the very beginning. Do not do that. It's about building a personal connection, relating to them on a person-to-person level, and all of a sudden, everything you say will start to take on more weight than when they have a wall built up in front of them. So as soon as someone comes in, before you let them walk around, make sure they sign in. Absolutely everyone that comes in your open house should sign in. There's no reason for someone not to sign in. I tell someone to write their name and put their email address, or put their phone number, put some sort of contact information there. If they're a little hesitant about it, I say, at least just put your name, and then I try to get their email address a little bit later. All right, so now let's talk about what to say. So when someone comes in my open house, I always say, hey, what's up? My name's Graham, it's great to meet you. And by then they're always like, oh hi, my name is Cindy, or my name is John, it's great to meet you too. One of the first questions I always ask is, how did you hear about the open house? And that tells me so much about them. If I ask, how did you hear about an open house? And they say, oh, I saw it on Zillow, Redfin, Trulia, really anywhere online. If they see it anywhere online, it means they specifically were looking for homes that met the criteria of the one that I'm in right now. These are very serious buyers. These are very serious prospects, so treat them as such. If you ask that same question, how did you hear about the open house? And they say, oh, I just saw one of the signs, so I stopped by. Find out more. Always ask open-ended questions. You're gonna find out their exact motivation for coming to your open house. Whether it's literally they have 30 minutes to kill and they just wanna check out an open house, or if they're looking for a friend, or if they're looking to sell their home and just wanna get an idea of what their home is worth, find out the reason. Now, most of the time I let people walk around on their own. I hate to be that dude who's always like following right behind them, trying to point out all the details when obviously they just wanna be left alone. So even though I let a lot of the people look around on their own and take their time, you kind of have to gauge it person by person. Some people really don't want to be talked to and want to be left alone, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's totally cool, and I let them do their thing. Other people really want to be toured through the home. So just feel it out. You don't always have to be giving everybody a tour. But at the same time, I always recommend speaking a little bit about the house before letting them walk on their own. So if you're gonna let them walk on their own, I would say something like, thank you so much for coming by. Feel free to take a look around the house. It's about 5,700 square feet. You have 4 bedrooms upstairs. You have 1 bedroom downstairs. The pool is down below. You have the most insane views, by the way, from the master bedroom, so check that out. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm here to help. Something simple like that. That way they at least know a little bit about the home. You can also throw in like, oh yeah, it was built in 1991. The lot size is 15,000 square feet. Maybe some of the other facts if you want to throw that in there as well. But otherwise, let them look around. Let them use this time to absorb the house, and then before they leave, hit them up again and ask some more questions and talk to them. So now before they leave, they've already toured the house. Either you've given them a tour or they've looked around on their own. Ask them what they think of the house. Ask them their thoughts. Ask what they like and what they don't like. Before they leave, also ask, are you looking for anything specifically? Are you looking for a house in this area? Are you looking for a house in this price range? Try to find out what they're looking for. If you can, ask open-ended questions like, what's the thing you like the most about the house? What don't you like about the house? What draws you to this area? Why is it that you're moving? How quickly do you need to move? I mean, just ask these questions. Now, hopefully by now, you've been able to build some sort of rapport with them, whether it's talking about their interests, talking about where they grew up, talking about where they live. I mean, something. You need to talk about something non-real estate related. Even if you haven't built up a rapport, you can still ask these questions. It can't hurt. They're literally on their way out the door. Bombard them with questions. I mean, you have nothing to lose, so ask them what they're looking for. Ask them what their price range is. Ask if they have a timeline to find something. Ask which areas are. I mean, just ask as many questions as you can to get specific about what they're looking for. And remember, because I went through this in my head, I didn't want to seem like some sleazy salesperson who's trying to like sell you something. And it took me a while to overcome this actually, because I kept thinking, I don't want to bother these people. They're obviously here. They want to be left alone. I don't want to be hitting them up with these questions and trying to sell them something. I feel sleazy. I feel weird. Remember that you're providing a service to them. You're the one that's helping them out. You're the one that's helping them with real estate. If they need anything real estate, you are the one to go to, and you are going to be the one to help them. Now, when they leave and the open house is done, you need to follow up with these people. So obviously now you've had a list of everyone that's signed in. Hopefully you have email addresses. Hopefully you have phone numbers. I recommend following up with these people. Either the next day, the next 2 days, and continuing the follow-up. That's what's so important. Even if they're not looking right now, follow up 3 months from now, follow up in 6 months from now. If you have some sort of email newsletter or an email blast that you'd like to put people on, just put them on the list. At least every few months they're gonna get something from you, you're gonna be in their mind, and hopefully they're gonna be using you in the future for any real estate things that they need. And this is why follow-up is so important, by the way. As an example, I'm selling a house right now for $2.6 million. This person I met from an open house 1.5 years ago. Get that in your head. 1.5 years ago I met this client at an open house. But guess what? We stayed in touch consistently. And yes, we lost touch for about 6 months of that time when she wasn't really sure if she wanted to buy or not, but I still kept in touch. I would send her emails every now and then, I'd follow up. So just for you to realize the importance of holding open houses and following up, use that as an example of why you should follow up and why it can't necessarily be some like, get rich quick, I'm gonna sell a house in a week sort of mentality. It's a long-term effort. This is a long-term relationship. It's not trying to fake it and then sell them something and move on to the next one. It's about building a real connection with these people, really trying to help them out and doing it long-term. So I think between doing all of this, between having as many signs as possible, having some professional marketing material, knowing everything else on the market, turning on all the lights, having some food or snacks available, playing some music, and having a smile on your face, you're gonna be able to make a great first impression and get as many people through your open house as possible. Then once you're there, build a personal connection with them. Don't try to sell them something. Try to relate to them on a personal level, from one person to another, on a subject that they find interesting that you do as well. Find some sort of commonality, some sort of common ground that you can take with them for them to be able to relate to you, and all of a sudden that breaks down that wall and that barrier that they have up of you just being some sort of like real estate salesman. Ask as many questions as possible. Ask why they're moving, where they're moving to, if they need to move, how they heard about the open. Just ask so many questions and find out what they're looking for, and then see how you can fit into that equation. With all of this, you should be able to have a very successful open house. And again, do it consistently, do it long term. It's not something that you're gonna be doing the first open house to try to sell a house that week. It's something you do over a year, over 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, whatever. It's a long-term strategy. This isn't a get-rich-quick bullshit, whatever the fuck it is. Long-term. As always, you guys, thank you so much for watching my videos. If you haven't already, by the way, feel free to add me on Instagram. I'm actually posting there now. Feel free to add me on Snapchat. I post a lot of cool shit on Snapchat. You guys won't want to miss out on that. And I mean, subscribe if you haven't already. I'm not, no pressure, you guys. I don't want to try to, no pressure to subscribe, but like, you should subscribe. I promise it's worth it.